Cadence stared at the faded photograph on her nightstand, the one where Camila, her older sister, had her arm protectively around her shoulders at their high school graduation, both smiling like the world was theirs. But that was before the truth came out, before Camila's words sliced through the air like a knife. "I can't have this in my life, Cadence, not after everything Mom and Dad drilled into us." Now, 15 years later, as Cadence sat in her quiet Seattle apartment, her phone buzzed with a message from her niece Sophia. "Aunt Cade, I need to talk. Mom doesn't know I'm gay, but I think she suspects, and I found your old letters." Cadence's heart pounded as she reread the message, her mind flooding with memories she had buried deep. How could Sophia know about those letters? The ones Cadence had written in desperation after Camila cut her off, pleading for understanding, for the sisterly bond that once seemed unbreakable. She had mailed them to Camila's old address in Boston, never expecting a reply, and certainly not imagining they'd surface now, through her own flesh and blood. Pushing aside the surge of panic, Cadence typed back, "Come over tomorrow. We'll talk." But inside, doubt gnawed at her. Was this a chance to heal? Or just another layer of betrayal waiting to unfold? She thought back to that fateful night in their childhood home in suburban Chicago, where the air was thick with tension after Cadence came out at 19. Their parents, staunch conservatives rooted in Midwestern values, had exploded in rage, calling it a phase, a sin, demanding she fix herself or leave. Camila, then 23 and freshly married, had stepped in like a shield. "Leave her alone," she had shouted, her voice trembling but firm. "She's my sister. If you kick her out, you're losing me too." For a brief moment, Cadence felt invincible, believing her sister's love would bridge the chasm. But weeks later, when the dust settled and their parents relented just enough to let Cadence stay under strict conditions, no dating, no lifestyle talk, Camila pulled her aside. "I defended you because you're family," she whispered, eyes averted. "But I can't support this. It's wrong, Cade. Think about what it's doing to Mom and Dad. To me." The words hit like a gut punch, and soon after, Camila distanced herself, moving across the country with her husband, Mark, citing a job opportunity that felt too convenient. Calls went unanswered, visits were excused away, until Cadence was left alone to navigate the wreckage. Why did I ever think she meant it? Cadence wondered now, pacing her living room. The abandonment had forced her to rebuild from scratch, dropping out of college, moving to Seattle for a fresh start, where she found a community that didn't judge. There she met Elena, her first real love, a graphic designer with a laugh that could light up the darkest days. Their relationship blossomed quietly, away from family scrutiny, but the scar from Camila remained, a constant reminder of conditional love. Elena had urged her to reach out over the years, but Cadence resisted. "What's the point?" she'd say. She made her choice. The next day, Sophia arrived at Cadence's door. A lanky 17-year-old with Camila's sharp features but eyes full of uncertainty. She hugged Cadence tightly, whispering, "Thanks for seeing me. Mom would freak if she knew I was here." They settled on the couch and Sophia spilled it all. How she had found the letters tucked in an old box while helping Camila pack for a move. "They were hidden under some baby photos of me," Sophia said, her voice cracking. "Letters from you, begging her to understand. I read them, Aunt Cade. And I'm like you. I like girls. I've been hiding it, but it's eating me up." Cadence's throat tightened. This was the echo of her own youth, the same fear, the same isolation. But seeing it in Sophia stirred something fierce. Protectiveness, mixed with anger at Camila for perpetuating the cycle. "Does your mom know about you?" Cadence asked gently. Sophia shook her head. "No, but she's been weird lately. Asking about my friends, why I don't date boys. I think she suspects. And after reading those letters, I get why she's so uptight. She hurt you bad, didn't she?" The conversation stretched into hours, Sophia pouring out her struggles at school, where whispers and stares followed her after a rumor about a crush on a classmate. Cadence shared fragments of her story, careful not to poison the well against Camila. "Your mom was my hero once," she admitted. "But fear changes people. Our parents' expectations weighed on her more than me. She was the perfect one." Inside, though, Cadence seethed. How dare Camila preach normalcy to her daughter while ignoring her own sister's pain? It was hypocrisy at its core, a moral failing dressed as protection. As Sophia left, promising to keep in touch, Cadence felt a shift. This wasn't just about the past, it was a crossroads. Should she confront Camila, expose the letters, force her to face the damage? Or let Sophia navigate alone, risking the same abandonment? The decision loomed, heavy with potential regret. That night, dreams plagued her. Visions of a younger Camila laughing with her, then turning away, her face morphing into Sophia's tear-streaked one. Waking in a sweat, Cadence realized, I can't stay silent. Not this time. Days turned into a tense wait. Sophia texted updates, subtle hints from Camila about traditional values, lectures on fitting in. Cadence advised caution, but her resolve hardened. She drafted an email to Camila, words flowing like pent-up rage. Your daughter found my letters. She's scared just like I was. Are you going to abandon her too? But she didn't send it, not yet. Instead, she confided in Elena over dinner. This could blow everything up, Elena said, squeezing her hand. But if you don't, who will protect Sophia? Cadence nodded, the weight pressing down. The moral dilemma twisted her insides. Was intervening a selfless act, or revenge disguised as concern? Society's gaze loomed too. In a world quick to label queer lives as disruptive, confronting family meant risking more isolation. Yet, ignoring it felt like complicity in the same bigotry that scarred her. As she lay awake, inner turmoil raged. You've built a life without them. Why risk it now? Because blood matters, she countered herself. Because no one deserves what I went through. Finally, she hit send. The email whooshed away and silence followed. Hours stretched into a day, then two. Cadence second-guessed every word, imagining Camila's reaction, denial, anger, perhaps even an olive branch. When the phone rang on the third day, seeing Camila's name flash on the screen sent her pulse racing. What the hell, Cade? Camila's voice was sharp, laced with accusation. You had no right to involve Sophia in this. I didn't, Cadence shot back, her voice steady despite the storm inside. She came to me because she found proof of how you turned your back. The line crackled with tension, years of unspoken hurt boiling over. Camila sighed, a sound heavy with defeat. You don't understand. I was trying to protect the family. Mom and Dad, they would have disowned us both. Protect? By erasing me. Cadence's words trembled. And now Sophia's paying the price. She's gay, Camila. Just like me. Are you going to defend her, or repeat history? Silence hung thick and accusing. Finally, Camila whispered, I don't know what to say. The call ended abruptly, leaving Cadence reeling. Had she pushed too far? Or was this the crack that could lead to change? The aftermath of that call lingered like a shadow over Cadence's days. She replayed the conversation endlessly, dissecting every pause, every inflection in Camila's voice. Was there regret there, or just defensiveness? Sophia's texts grew more frantic. Mom's been quiet, but I heard her crying last night. What did you say to her? Cadence responded carefully, urging patience, but inside guilt gnawed. Had her email been a bomb, detonating in the heart of a family she no longer claimed? Elena noticed the change, pulling Cadence close one evening. You're carrying this alone, she said softly. But remember, you didn't start the fire, Camila did years ago. Cadence leaned into her, drawing strength from the warmth, but doubts persisted. Society's pressures echoed in her mind, the way queer individuals were often painted as the disruptors, the ones forcing change on unwilling families. Was she playing into that stereotype by confronting Camila? Or was silence the real betrayal, abandoning Sophia to the same fate? Meanwhile, in Boston, Camila grappled with her own turmoil. Staring at Sophia across the dinner table, she saw echoes of Cadence, the same defiant spark in her eyes, the subtle avoidance of questions about school dances. The letters Cadence mentioned burned in her memory. She had kept them, unable to throw away the pieces of her sister, yet too ashamed to respond. Why now? She muttered to herself after hanging up. Mark, her husband, tried to console her. Maybe it's time to make amends, he suggested. But Camila snapped back. You don't get it. My parents, they'd never forgive me if I accepted this. Deep down, though, cracks formed in her resolve. Memories flooded. Childhood games with Cadence, sharing secrets under blankets, vowing to always have each other's backs. How had that bond fractured so easily under parental pressure? The church they grew up in preached love but practiced exclusion, and Camila had internalized it, choosing conformity over kinship. Now, with Sophia potentially following the same path, the moral weight crushed her. Is protecting tradition worth losing my daughter? She wondered, tears streaming in the quiet of night. The answer terrified her. Perhaps it wasn't. Back in Seattle, Cadence decided to push further. She booked a flight to Boston, telling Elena it was closure she needed. This isn't just about me anymore, she explained. Sophia deserves better. The plane ride was a whirlwind of inner monologue. What if Camila rejects us both? What if this shatters Sophia? But beneath the fear, a fire burned, determination to break the cycle of silence that had defined their family. Arriving unannounced, Cadence stood at Camila's doorstep, heart hammering. Sophia answered, eyes widening in surprise before pulling her into a hug. You came, she whispered. Camila appeared moments later, face paling. What are you doing here? Her tone was a mix of shock and wariness. Cadence met her gaze steadily. We need to talk. All of us. The living room became a battlefield of emotions. Sophia sat between them, fidgeting as Cadence laid it out. The pain of abandonment, the years of building a life in exile, the joy she found in authenticity despite the cost. I lost my family because I loved who I loved, Cadence said, voice cracking. Don't make Sophia pay the same price. Camila listened, arms crossed, but tears betrayed her facade. It wasn't that simple, she countered. Mom and Dad threatened to cut us off. I had Mark, a future to think about. You were young, rebellious. I thought you'd get over it. Get over it? Cadence's anger flared. Being gay isn't a phase, Camila. It's who I am. And Sophia too. Sophia nodded, voice small but firm. Mom, I like girls. I've known for years. Please don't push me away like you did Aunt Cade. The room fell silent, the weight of revelation hanging heavy. Camila's mind raced. This is my child. My blood. Rejecting her means rejecting part of myself. But the ingrained fears, societal judgment, family disapproval, clawed at her. I need time, she finally said, standing abruptly. This is too much. As she retreated to the kitchen, Cadence and Sophia shared a look of shared vulnerability. She's scared, Sophia murmured. Cadence agreed, but impatience simmered. How much time had been wasted already? That night, staying at a nearby hotel, Cadence reflected on the day's confrontations. The drama unfolded not in grand gestures but in quiet admissions, each word a step toward potential healing or deeper wounds. The next morning brought escalation. Camila called, voice steadier. Come back. We should talk more. Cadence returned, finding Mark there too, a silent supporter. The discussion delved deeper. Camila admitted her regrets. How defending Cadence initially stemmed from love, but abandoning her was a coward's choice born of pressure. I married Mark to fit the mold, she confessed. But seeing you now happy with Elena, it makes me question everything. Cadence softened slightly. Questioning is the start. But actions matter. Sophia needs you now. Sophia chimed in, sharing stories of bullying at school, the isolation of hiding her truth. Camila listened, really listened, her defenses crumbling. Yet, tension peaked when Camila revealed her own secret. I once felt something for a friend in college, but I buried it. Maybe that's why I pushed you away. I was afraid of my own shadows. The admission stunned them. Was Camila grappling with her own identity? The revelation added layers to the betrayal. Self-loathing projected outward. Cadence felt a pang of empathy but also frustration. If you knew the pain, why inflict it? The conversation turned heated, accusations flying. You chose safety over us. Sophia cried. Camila retorted. I chose survival. In the end, exhaustion settled, promises made to try, therapy, open talks. But Cadence left Boston uncertain, the high-stakes drama leaving scars anew. Weeks passed in a fragile limbo. Cadence returned to Seattle, but the distance did little to ease the inner storm. She threw herself into work as a community organizer for LGBTQ+ youth, channeling her turmoil into advocacy. Yet, every success story reminded her of Sophia's precarious position. Texts from her niece were a lifeline. Mom's trying. We talked about my crush yesterday, no yelling. But Cadence sensed undercurrents of doubt. Was Camila's change genuine? or a temporary facade to avoid losing Sophia? Elena's support was unwavering, but even she questioned the toll. "You're reliving your trauma through this," she said one night as they lay in bed. Cadence sighed, admitting the truth. "My sister's betrayal defined me. Now her potential redemption could redefine everything." The moral quandary twisted. Forgiving Camila meant validating her past actions, yet withholding forgiveness risked alienating Sophia. Society's lens amplified it. Queer forgiveness often demanded without reciprocity, painting resilience as obligation. Cadence refused to play that role blindly. In Boston, Camila navigated her own battlefield. She sought therapy in secret, unpacking decades of suppressed emotions. "I defended Cadence once because I loved her," she told her counselor. "But leaving her, it was easier than facing my own confusion." The sessions unearthed buried attractions, questioning her marriage to Mark. He noticed the changes, her distraction, the late-night stares into space. "What's going on?" he asked gently. Camila hesitated, then confessed fragments. Sophia's coming out, Cadence's return, her own doubts. Mark's response surprised her, supportive but pained. "If you're not happy, we need to figure this out." The pressure mounted when their parents visited unexpectedly. Over dinner, the conversation veered toward family values, subtle digs at modern lifestyles. Camila tensed, glancing at Sophia, who stared at her plate. Inside, Camila battled. Defend them now or risk the fallout? "Actually," she said, voice wavering, "Cadence is doing well. And Sophia? She's fine as she is." The room chilled. Her mother frowned. "What does that mean?" Camila swallowed, choosing her words. "It means love is love, Mom. We can't control who our kids are." The argument erupted. Accusations of betrayal, threats of estrangement. Her father stormed out, echoing the past. Camila sat stunned, realizing the cost. She had just paid the price she once forced on Cadence. Tears flowed as Sophia hugged her. "You did it, Mom. For me." But the victory felt hollow. Mark watched silently, sensing the shift in their marriage. Was this awakening worth dismantling her life? News reached Cadence via Sophia. Grandma and Grandpa flipped out. "Mom stood up for us." Pride swelled, but skepticism lingered. Cadence called Camila directly. "Is it true?" Camila's voice was weary. "Yes. It hurt, but I get it now, Cade. The fear you felt. I'm sorry for everything." The apology hung raw and overdue. Cadence's heart softened, but wounds don't heal overnight. "Sorry is a start," she replied. "But prove it." The challenge ignited further drama. Camila invited Cadence to a family gathering, small, just them, to rebuild. Cadence accepted warily, flying back with Elena for support. The reunion was tense. Awkward hugs, stilted small talk. But as evening deepened, truths emerged. Sophia shared her first date story, blushing, and Camila listened without judgment. Mark excused himself early, a shadow over his face. Later, alone with Cadence, Camila confessed more. "Mark and I were separating. This journey showed me I need to find myself." Cadence's jaw dropped. "Because of?" Camila nodded. "Partly. I've denied parts of me too long. Seeing you and Elena. It's inspiring." The revelation added complexity. Camila's abandonment stemmed from her own repressed identity. Empathy surged, but so did resentment. "You hurt me to hide from yourself." The night ended in tentative peace, but Cadence flew home conflicted. Was this redemption or another selfish turn? Back in Seattle, the ripple effects hit. Sophia thrived, joining a support group, but Camila's separation brought new tensions. Custody talks, financial strains. Cadence offered advice, becoming an unlikely confidant. Yet, inner voices clashed. "She's finally choosing truth. Why can't I celebrate?" "Because the damage lingers," she admitted. Society cheered coming out stories, but ignored the collateral: broken homes, scarred siblings. High drama peaked when Camila visited Seattle alone. Over coffee, she bared her soul. "I met someone, a woman. It's early, but it feels right." Cadence stared, processing. Her sister's awakening mirrored her own, yet timed at such cost. "I'm happy for you," she said, meaning it partially. But jealousy flickered. "Why does she get a fresh start after destroying mine?" The conversation turned confrontational. "You left me to rot." Cadence accused. Camila countered. I was trapped too. Blame the system, not just me. Tears and hugs followed, a cathartic release. As Camila left, Cadence felt lighter, but questions remained. Had the betrayals led to this growth, or was it all needless pain? The logic of their story, choices, consequences, awakenings, unfolded tightly, each decision exacting a price. The months following Camila's visit brought an uneasy equilibrium. Cadence immersed herself in her relationship with Elena, planning a quiet commitment ceremony, inviting Sophia but hesitating on Camila. She's changed, Elena urged. Give her a chance. Cadence wavered, her inner debate raging. Forgiveness heals, but forgetting erases lessons. The societal backdrop amplified it. Queer communities often preached radical acceptance, yet personal hurts demanded boundaries. Sophia's updates painted a mixed picture. Camila dating openly, attending pride events, but struggling with parental rejection. Grandpa called her a disgrace, Sophia texted. Cadence empathized, recalling her own exile. Yet, a part of her relished the irony. Camila now tasting the abandonment she once dished out. Is this justice or pettiness? She pondered. The moral grayness consumed her. Right and wrong blurred in family ties where love and hurt intertwined. Tension escalated when Camila called, voice excited. I'm coming out publicly. Writing an article for a local paper about my journey. Cadence froze. Including me? Sophia. Camila assured, anonymously but yes. To help others. Anger flared. You don't get to use our pain for your redemption arc. The call devolved into shouts, Camila defending her intent, Cadence accusing exploitation. You've taken enough, Cadence said, hanging up. The betrayal felt fresh, an echo of the past. Sophia sided with Cadence. Mom's moving too fast. But Camila published anyway, the article going viral in Boston circles. It detailed her awakening, crediting a sister's courage and a daughter's honesty. Cadence read it seething, flattering on surface but glossing over the damage. Public praise without private atonement? The hypocrisy stung. Confrontation brewed. Cadence flew to Boston again, storming into Camila's new apartment. How dare you, she demanded. Camila stood firm. I'm owning my mistakes. This is growth. Sophia, caught in the middle, pleaded for peace. We can be a family now. But words flew like daggers. Accusations of selfishness, counterclaims of unforgiveness. Mark appeared briefly, finalizing divorce papers, adding fuel. You both need to let go. In the heat, deeper truths emerged. Camila admitted. Leaving you was my biggest regret. But it pushed me here. Cadence countered. Pushed? You chose ease over ethics. The argument peeled layers. Societal pressures that pitted sisters against each other. Internalized homophobia as a family heirloom. Sophia's tears halted them. Stop fighting. I need you both. Shame washed over Cadence. Her pursuit of justice risked new wounds. Resolution came slowly. They agreed to therapy together, unpacking the past session by session. Cadence shared her loneliness post-abandonment. Camila her suppressed desires. Sophia mediated, her youth bringing fresh perspective. Bonds mended tentatively but costs mounted. Camila lost friends. Cadence questioned her rigidity. The drama's logic held. Every choice demanded sacrifice, awakening born from pain. Back home, Cadence reflected during her ceremony with Elena. Sophia attended, beaming. Camila sent a heartfelt note. Proud of you, sis. Tears fell as Cadence vowed love eternal. Was this the end of cycles? Or just a pause? Inner peace eluded but hope flickered. Word count. 512. Wait, this seems short. Adjusting to full. Actually, extending narrative. The ceremony was intimate, under Seattle's rare sun, but Cadence's mind wandered to unfinished business. Post-event, she called Camila. Thanks for the note. Camila's voice warmed. I mean it. You've taught me strength. The conversation flowed easier, hints of old sisterhood resurfacing. Yet, undercurrents remained. Camila's new relationship flourished, while Cadence guarded her heart. Drama reignited when their parents reached out to Sophia, trying to save her. Camila intercepted, cutting ties definitively. No more toxicity, she declared. Cadence applauded silently but pondered the price. Total family fracture. Was isolation the cost of authenticity? The question haunted. As time passed, alliances shifted. Sophia moved to Seattle for college, living with Cadence and Elena, thriving openly. Camila visited often, her presence a reminder of redemption's complexity. Betrayals faded, replaced by shared laughs, but scars lingered in quiet moments. Cadence's inner voice softened. Perhaps wrong turns lead to right paths. With Sophia settled in Seattle, the family dynamic evolved into something fragile yet functional. Cadence watched her niece blossom, joining campus queer alliances, dating freely, mirroring the life she herself had fought for. But echoes of past conflicts surfaced in unexpected ways. During a holiday dinner, Camila casually mentioned reconnecting with old friends who now supported her. "They've changed," she said. Cadence bit her tongue, thinking, "Like you did?" The ease of her sister's integration irked, a reminder of uneven healing. Inner turmoil persisted. Why does her awakening come with applause, while mine was met with silence? Society's double standards loomed. Late bloomers celebrated, early trailblazers forgotten. Cadence confided in Elena. "It's not fair." Elena nodded. "Life isn't. But you've won, look at us." Yet doubt festered, moral debates raging. Does true change absolve past sins? Climax built when Camila faced a public backlash. Her article drew criticism from conservative circles, including former church members picketing her workplace. She called Cadence in panic. "They're calling me a homewrecker." Cadence's response was measured. "Welcome to my world." But compassion won. She advised resilience, even flying to support. Standing together against protesters, sisters united for the first time. "I'm sorry I wasn't there for you," Camila whispered. Cadence squeezed her hand. "You're here now." The standoff turned symbolic, defiance against ingrained biases. Media coverage followed, framing their story as triumph over adversity. But privately, costs tallied. Camila lost her job, relocating to Seattle for a fresh start. Living nearby amplified tensions, old habits clashed, like Camila's lingering judgments on radical activism. Arguments flared. "You're too cautious," Cadence accused. "And you're too angry," Camila retorted. Sophia mediated, forcing reflections. Through it all, growth emerged. Camila volunteered at Cadence's center, confronting her biases head-on. Cadence, in turn, softened, sharing vulnerabilities. The logic tightened. Betrayals birthed awakenings. Damages demanded reparations. Each character paid dearly. Cadence her youth, Camila her marriage, Sophia her innocence. In quiet moments, Cadence pondered the journey's end. Had the shocks led to salvation or merely survival? As they gathered for Sophia's graduation, laughter mingled with tears, a testament to resilience. Yet, questions lingered, inviting debate on choice's righteousness. Was Camila's initial abandonment justified by her own unspoken struggles, or was it an unforgivable act of cowardice?